Hello everybody, and welcome back to another WHS Tech Tricks tutorial. Today we're going to be delving into Google Classroom, and we're going to be examining the student side on that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to classroom.google.com. And so I've already enrolled in this class, and this is a sample class from my partner on this channel, Ben. And so you can see it's English 9. Alright, so we're going to go in here, and I just want to walk through the different types of assignments and just kind of how to use it. So this page that we were just on right here, classes, this is going to be the home page, and if I had more than one classes, there would be another one like right here, another one here, so on and so forth. And so there's some different things that are pretty cool about it. So you can open your work from this class, and it'll show all your different work. So this is the only assignment I've done so far. This is all the rest of them. You won't really need to do that too often. But then, so all the classes will also be listed over here. And then there's one to-do page. And so this to-do page will have everything on it that you've been assigned by a teacher. So as we can see, there's 4 assignments here with no due date. We've got 1 assignment due tomorrow and 1 assignment due on May 8th. Awesome. And we can also go over here and see what we've already done. Just like I said a little bit earlier, we have SiD1 Prep done so far. Alright, sweet. You can also take a look at the calendar, and it'll show day by day what you have due. With that out of the way, let's get into the class in the assignment types. So we've got SiD1 Prep, and this was just a little test. It says, please complete this assignment for a discussion for Romeo and Juliet on Friday. What I did, I clicked right here, went into the assignment, I answered, and replaced all of the text that said like, right here, I wrote my name, answers the questions, and then what I could do is I went up to this corner right here, and I hit turn in. After that, my teacher graded me, I got a 10 out of 10 on that. Awesome. If, for instance, I got a 7 out of 10 on that, and I needed to resubmit, what I could do is I could go back into this document, make any changes I need, and I can return it in. So I can either use this button up here that we saw. Just wait for it to load real quick. Use this button right here that we saw, or I can go back out and click resubmit after I'm done. I can also over here add any private comments that I want just my teacher to be able to see about this specific assignment. And over here we have class comments. So this is something on the assignment that anybody in the class could see if you commented. Sweet. Alright, what do we have up next? You know, this is a little bit of a messy view. Remember to complete your assignment. I want to add a class comment so everybody in the class can see. I want to say, okay, awesome. Sweet. And so one class comment, okay, awesome. And anybody can respond to me. Or I can also ask a question there. The teacher might respond, class might respond with help. That's a great resource there. Now we have all this different work. I want to be able to see this in kind of an easier way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to Classwork and go to this tab. And so I can see here, everything that's grayed out, I've already done or looked at. And announcements are also naturally grayed out. And so what do you think of Romeo and Juliet due tomorrow at 8 a.m.? That sounds like something I should do. All right, we're going to hit view question. And so this looks like a short answer. And in this case, classmates will be able to see my answers. So once I submit, I'll be able to see everybody's answer who's answered so far. And in addition, all my classmates can look at my answer, and they'll also be able to respond if they so choose. All right, so what do I think of Romeo and Juliet so far? Great book. I loved it. Turn in. Sweet. And so if I want, I can see classmate answers. There's not going to be anybody else because there's nobody else in the sample class. But we can see, great book, I loved it. And if this were, say, somebody else's, I would be able to reply, and I could say whatever I wanted in response to that. You could say, oh, I respectfully disagree. You could also say, I did as well. Sweet. All right, let's go back to English 9 and classwork. And now that I have that turned in, we can see it's turned to gray. All right, Romeo and Juliet essay. Let's see what this is. We're going to view the assignment. Okay, so I'm seeing write an essay analyzing the downfall of the titular characters' relationship. So write an essay talking about Romeo and Juliet and their relationship. And I can see that the two things that my teacher is going to grade me on are grammar, and content. And so 5 points for each, ranging up to a 5 being excellent for grammar, and there's nothing specified in there, but your teacher might specify more. And excellent for grammar is no errors at all. We can also see. And this might be more filled in with your teacher, of course. So I'm going to collapse the I'm going to collapse the criteria there. And in order to do this, I need to create a Google Doc. And luckily, Google Classroom gives me the option right here to add or create. And so I want to add a new document because I have not started writing this essay yet. If you had started writing the essay and you'd already written it, you could add from Google Drive. But all right, so we can go here. And I'm not going to write an entire essay because that's a waste of my time and yours. But so I will just type some random stuff. And I'm going to call that good. That looks like some beautiful grammar and beautiful content to me. That was the other thing, right? Yeah, grammar and content, sweet. So we're going to turn in, and it's going to go over here. It's going to prompt us, and we're going to say that we want to turn it in. Sweet. I'm hoping I get that 50 out of 50 on there. All right. Now I want to go back to the classwork to see my next assignment. And I want to reload this page as well. Sweet, we've got sonnet practice up. And so these last few assignments don't seem to have a due date, but you know, let's just get out in front of it. Let's be prepared. So sonnet practice, let's see what this is. A poems worksheet. So I have to write a poem following the structure of a Shakespearean sonnet. Oof, okay. All right, so for name, I'm just going to highlight those underscores there, that series of underscores. Right, colon. I'm going to write my name is Nathaniel. Now write a poem following the structure of a Shakespearean sonnet. So we can see that teacher over here has an image that kind of shows what it's supposed to be like. So it's a quatrain, 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 and then a rhyming couplet. And so what I can do is, given that there's the appropriate amount of lines right here, I can, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's perfect. So what I can do, I can type right above here. Whoops. And this might happen sometimes, but I can also highlight this line and write first line, and that would be your first line. I'm going to highlight this by double clicking, and then this is the second line, so on and so forth until we have the last line. And once I have all of those lines filled in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over, I'm going to hit turn in. It'll take me over this page again. Click turn in again. And sweet, we've got that turned in. All right, let's go back to the class. 3 more. All right, let's do this. Romeo and Juliet vocab. Okay, so this looks like it is a spreadsheet. Vocab word, gibberish, student name. Okay, so in this case, we're going to assume that each of these different vocab words is something different from the book. And what the teacher wants you to do is they want each student to select a word, look up the meaning, and write their name down here. So say I got here first, I can choose whichever word I want. I want to say choose number 21. Who knows what that is, but so I'm going to, sorry, who knows what that is, what that word is. So I'm going to put my name right here, and I'm going to write the definition right here, except it wouldn't be unknown. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to mark it as done. Because this is a shared Google spreadsheet with your entire class, you can't turn it in yourself as everybody's collaborating on it. So instead, we're going to go over here, we're going to mark as done, and so your teacher will know that you did it. And then they can go and check and ensure that that is correct. All right, next up we've got some classwork. Okay, so I have a PDF and I have a Word document over here. So it's going to open up a PDF like that. I still need to open up the Word document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to right click open link new tab. And if you're working on a Chromebook or a laptop that you don't have a mouse for, to right click is to press down with 2 fingers most of the time. And so I also want to open up this Word document. We'll see what that is. So I'm going to open that link in a new tab as well by right clicking. All right. So we've got Romeo and Juliet, or Death in Romeo and Juliet. That's a bit sinister. Okay. And we've got literary devices. Okay. So because I opened these in new tabs, I have the option to edit with Google Docs, and that's going to be by far the easiest method of really doing any of this. The other option is to use Kami, which 100% is something that you can do, and we actually have a video just dedicated to how to install and use Kami. It's essentially a PDF editor. But so what I'd want to do in this case, most likely, is open with Google Docs on each of these, and then I will be able to fill in the assignment, go through here, answer all the questions, what have you. And yeah. Okay. So let me just amend what I said about Kami. Kami is actually what you would want to use for this PDF here. For the Word document, you're totally fine to open it up in a new tab. You don't probably want to use Kami. However, for this PDF document, we can see that the formatting gets really wonky when we try to open it as a Google document. So instead, what we would do is we would use Kami in order to edit that. And again, we have a whole video on that, so go check it out. It's very useful to have and know how to use. But so once I'm done doing both of those, I'm going to turn them in. All right, sweet. And now on to our very last assignment. And so this is a Romeo and Juliet comprehension quiz. And so my teacher made this in Google Forms. And so, of course, if it's your actual class, there will be far more questions than just this. And of course, they're going to be a bit harder. But so Romeo and Juliet, who are the main characters? I'm going to guess that it's Romeo and Juliet. Let's hope at least. Submit. View my score if my teacher allows that. How many points did I get? 1 out of 1, 100%. Phenomenal. Now I can go back and open the assignment. And I can see that when I do the quiz in complete the form, it automatically submits it for me, which is great. So yeah, I think this pretty much wraps up what you need to know for the basics of Google Classroom. If you have any questions, reach out to your teachers or drop a comment below and we'll try to get back to you. Thank you all and have a great day.